Imagine waking up one night, and your skin starts moving, something dark, alive, whispering in your mind, "We are Venom." Sounds like a scene straight out of a horror movie, right? But here's the insane part. Something like the VENOM Symbiote might actually be possible. This is Synex, and today we're diving deep into the science to ask, could the VENOM Symbiote exist in real life? Grab your chocolate, because things are about to get gooey. Let's break it down. At its core, venom is an amorphous, liquid-like alien organism, a symbiote, that requires a host, usually a human, to survive. In return for a place to live and a steady supply of adrenaline and phenethylamine, which, fun fact, is found in chocolate, it grants its host incredible powers. We're talking super strength, shape-shifting abilities, rapid healing, and of course, that iconic, deep, gravelly voice. Scientifically speaking, this relationship is a form of symbiosis, specifically mutualism, where both organisms benefit. The symbiote gets energy and a mobile home, and the host gets to leap over buildings and talk to themselves without anyone thinking they're crazy. It's teamwork that makes the dream work, right? Except, this particular brand of teamwork involves a lot of sharp teeth and a concerning amount of black slime. Okay, so is there anything on Earth that even comes close to this? You bet. And this is where things get real creepy. Nature is already a master of mind control. Let's look at our first example, Toxoplasma gondii. This tiny parasite has a fascinating and terrifying life cycle. It infects rats, and once it's inside their brains, it does something extraordinary. It completely rewires their survival instincts. Instead of being terrified of cats, the infected rats become attracted to them. No joke. The parasite literally flips the fear switch to an attraction switch, making the rat calmly walk right into the jaws of its predator. The parasite needs to get into a cat's gut to reproduce, and it mind controls a rat to be its personal Uber driver. Romantic, huh? If you thought that was unsettling, let me introduce you to Ophiocordyceps unilateralis, better known as the zombie ant fungus. This fungus infects a specific species of ant, and from there, it's pure sci-fi horror. The fungus grows through the ant's body, taking over its central nervous system. It then compels the ant to abandon its colony, climb up the stem of a plant to a very specific height and humidity level, and clamp its mandibles onto the underside of a leaf in a death grip. Once the ant is in this perfect position, the fungus consumes it from the inside out, and a fruiting body erupts from the back of the ant's head, releasing spores to infect more unsuspecting ants below. Nature really just said, yeah, let's go full-on horror mode with this one. So, we've established that mind-controlling parasites are not just fiction, they are a very real and very weird part of our world. But venom does more than just control its host. It fuses with them on a cellular level. It's a complete biological merger. So let's say we discovered some alien goo in a crashed meteorite. Could we actually bond with it like Eddie Brock? The short and slightly disappointing answer is, probably not without it killing us first. The moment a foreign organism like that entered our body, our immune system would go to DEFCON 1. It would launch an all-out assault, triggering a massive inflammatory response known as a cytokine storm. It'd be a full-body meltdown, a biological civil war that would likely end in organ failure and death. Our bodies are incredibly good at identifying and destroying anything that isn't us. But there might be a loophole. And this is where cutting-edge science comes in. Scientists are already working on nanobiotechnology, designing microscopic biological machines or modifying living cells that can integrate with human tissue. The goal is to repair damage, fight diseases from the inside, or even enhance our natural abilities. Imagine tiny nanobots that can sync with your neurons, reinforce your muscle fibers, and draw energy directly from your metabolic processes. It's not alien goo, but it's the conceptual starting point. That's basically Venomlite, TM. To create a true, stable human symbiote hybrid, the organism would need to be a master of disguise. It would have to mimic our own cells perfectly to evade the immune system, or perhaps even hack it, convincing our body that it belongs there. This would require a level of biological sophistication that is almost unimaginably complex. The symbiote would need to understand and rewrite our DNA on the fly. And this is where the scenario gets truly scary. Let's imagine we overcome the immune rejection problem. We successfully create a stable symbiote. Think about the implications. You have a second consciousness living inside your head. A being that can directly influence your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. A being that can rewrite your genetic code and evolve at a pace thousands of times faster than humans. In 1 generation, it could outsmart us. In 2 generations, it could decide it no longer needs us, or that it wants to be the dominant partner in the relationship. We'd go from the triumphant cry of, "We are Venom," to the terrifying realization of, "We were human." And let's be honest about human nature. If a symbiote existed, you know some billionaire tech mogul would immediately try to market it as the ultimate performance enhancer. Tired of your boring, weak human body? Bond with Symbiote TM today and become your best self. The line for that would be around the block. It would create a new, terrifying class divide between enhanced and unenhanced humans. But let's pull back from the dystopian future for a second and ask a bigger question. Could a creature like Venom actually exist somewhere out there in the vastness of the universe? The probability of alien life existing in some form, especially microbial or fungal, is statistically very high. We've found extremophiles on Earth, organisms that thrive in the most hostile environments imaginable. We have microbes that live in volcanic vents, in the crushing pressure of the deep sea, and even some that can survive the vacuum and radiation of space. So, an intelligent parasitic organism, made of a complex organic biogel that can communicate telepathically and bond with other life forms. It's a huge leap, but based on the sheer diversity and resilience of life we see on our own planet, it's not outside the realm of possibility. It's just, hopefully very, very far away. But here's a final twist to consider. Maybe symbiosis isn't the threat. Maybe it's the future. Look at how we're already merging with technology. Artificial intelligence, biotechnology, neural interfaces. We are on a path toward enhancing and transcending our biological limits. Perhaps our next great evolutionary leap won't be robotic, but biological. A perfect fusion between human and another organism, creating a new form of life that is more than the sum of its parts, a true balance between control and chaos. Just, maybe we could design one that skips the giant teeth and the appetite for brains. So, I have to ask you, if you stumbled upon an alien symbiote in a crashed meteor, would you take the risk and bond with it for ultimate power? Or would you play it safe, lock it in a lab, and maybe give Elon Musk a call? Let me know what you would do down in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed exploring the slimy, terrifying side of science with us today, show us some love by hitting that like button, subscribing to Synex, and ringing that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Because next time we're asking, could Harry Potter's invisibility cloak actually be real? Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay weird, and stay Synex.